Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Avengers series Malekith from the Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure wave. Here we have Malekith displayed in the front window box with the Avengers logo down at the bottom. We get a logo at the top. We get a very devious looking Malekith on that side, and for once we actually get different artwork on the two sides, which is great. And then on the back, we do have a product shot as well as all the other figures needed in this wave to build the Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure. And at the top, we do have the read-up. The ruler of the Dark Elves of Svartalfheim, Malekith the Accursed, uses dark magic to bring vengeful destruction to the universe. And down at the bottom, we do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that. Let's get this open and take a look at Malekith. And here is Malekith all out of the packaging. And this is another figure that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and then they touch up some paint, change a few details, and re-release him as a regular release figure. And I think it is cool that they do that. It still keeps the uniqueness of the San Diego Comic-Con versions, but allows people that wanted that character to still be able to get that character in just somewhat of a redesign. With that being said, though, couple of gripes about him, which we'll go into primarily when we look at articulation. You'll notice he's not posed very dynamically, and he's got a foot that's not resting there. I had a heck of a time to get him to even stand up straight, but we'll go more into detail on that when I do the articulation. But we'll go ahead and get a better look real quick at that sword, and then we're going to get a better look at Malekith. And with the exception of the Build-A-Figure piece, the only other accessory that comes with Malekith is this pretty gnarly looking sword here. You get that little back curve at the top, you get some serrated teeth, get a pretty rough looking edge there, and it's just all silver going down, and you can even see a little bit of marbling right there. And then of course we do have just the gold on the hilt, which looks well done, and a little bit of itty bitty little bit of overpaint, nothing major, but yeah, really cool. So let's go ahead though, and we'll get a better look now at Malekith. And here we are up close with Malekith, and taking a look at that head sculpt, and it came out looking real cool. Although if you look at that line, look at where it's at on his chin. It doesn't look like it's quite exactly in the middle. If you look at the bridge of his nose, so I don't know if it's supposed to be straight down. I would assume it is, but yeah, not quite. But looking at the rest of the figure here, or the rest of the head sculpt anyway, so we get very cool blonde hair with some white highlights in there, and then of course we have the dark side there, which is a black paint, and then you get the lighter side with the blue there. So cool looking head sculpt though. And then going down, so this piece here is all one piece. It is his neck piece, the collar there, and his shoulder pads. And I don't know, this side with the light red on that shoulder pad and then black, I feel like it should have been the dark red instead of the black. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to look at his comic design and see if that's how he looks in the comics. But down the rest of the figure, we do have pretty much a straight line for the division of colors. And you got the light red there going down that side, and then the dark red going down on that side. A little hair there. There we go. And yeah, a little line work probably would have helped there on the chest piece. That white looks like it, I don't know, looks like it globbed up there in the middle. But he's got two belts. He has this belt, which is loose with these pouches, and then he has this belt, which I guess technically is not a belt, it's what his skirt is on. And we get a little logo there underneath. So, and let's continue on. And this is a soft material, so you can move around and doesn't get too badly in the way of articulation. But looking down, so we got that same, the light red with the dark red there, and then the dark red with the light red line there. And yeah, I feel like they missed an opportunity down here though. I noticed this. So they got a light red hinge on that leg and a dark red hinge on that leg. So you have the light red line with the dark red hinge. See if I can get the light on there a little bit better. and then you have the dark red line with the light red hinge. So I don't know if that was intentional or if just somebody wasn't paying attention on the line and assumed that since this is the dark red leg with the painted red, that they assumed the dark red hinge went with the dark red leg. That would be my guess. But that seems like such a silly oversight that they could have done better. Hands came out looking fine. He's got a gripping hand over here for his sword, of course. I kind of wish we would have had, similar to the SDC, either an open hand or maybe a fisted hand instead of another grippy hand, but whatever. And not much going on the back. So, yeah, not a bad looking figure, but let's go ahead and check out his scale and articulation. And taking a look at the scale here, we got Malekith coming in at about 6.5 inches tall, so a little bit on the taller side. As far as the articulation, the head can rotate, but his hair is going to get in the way and not really cause, or that's really going to cause some problems getting a good turn to it. It can look down very far, but you get that weird flare with the hair, and because of that, again, you can't really go back too much without the head just forcing itself back up. You have arms that can come up, not really very far, and doesn't feel like it's a limitation on there. Oh boy, yeah, it just feels like it's a limitation on the shoulder. It's definitely not the shoulder pads, but of course he does have rotation. That will kind of be impeded by the shoulder pads because you are going to get in the way of those. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, then he has a wrist rotation as well as a hinge on the wrist. He does have an ab crunch, which can look down, not bad, looks back, not bad. You have a waist rotation that's right there at the top of that piece. You have legs that can go apart that far, kick forward that far, backwards that far. There is a upper thigh cut underneath here. If I can get to it, it's there. See, double jointed knees, a boot cut, and then he does have an ankle rotation or ankle pivot and ankle hinge. And here is Malekith standing next to our comic version of Thor, which I believe was either the All-Father wave or the Thanos wave, the old Thanos wave. I don't remember, but here they are standing next to each other. And for a quick comparison, here is the entire Cull Obsidian wave standing together. You have the Infinity War, Thor and Black Widow, Ant-Man and Wasp, Cull Obsidian in the back, Malekith, and the Black Knight. And that is it for this review, everyone. And, overall, I like that we get some of these re-release SDCC figures, as I mentioned before. But at the same time, this guy just, I don't know, you're going to have a lot of vanilla poses for Malekith, in my opinion. Doesn't have a lot of great articulation, and there were just those little oversights like the hinges on the ankles being mismatched in color. So, but that is it. So if you do like this review, guys, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Leave a comment. I always love hearing back from you guys. And make sure to hit subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching my video, and have a great day. Have a lot of